Hello, hi, my name is Miss Meadow. I'm one of the guidance counselors here at Stephen Lewis. We were hoping that we were going to be able to deliver these to you in person, but obviously we can't at this point in time. So I'm going to be sharing with you some reminders and some important dates about choosing your courses for next year. If you have questions after the presentation, towards the end of the presentation, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can ask those questions and get those responses. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so course selection for 2020, 2021. So we're going to start with the land acknowledgement read by Miss Ellis.
Even though we are connected virtually today, we continue to live and work on land that has been shared with us. We attend schools on the traditional territories of the Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples, whose presence in these spaces continues today. We also live and work on the treaty lands of the First Nations of the Williams Treaty, as well as the Mississaugas of the Credit. So we thank them and other Indigenous peoples for sharing this land with us. We also extend a hand of partnership to the Chippewas of Georgina Island, with whom we have a close relationship. We acknowledge this land and the people because the first step to reconciliation is recognizing the existence of Indigenous people. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada calls to action numbers 62 to 63 speak to the significance of education as the key to reconciliation. A shared understanding of how our collective past brought us to where we are today will help us walk together into a better future.
All right, so learning goals for today. We're going to take a look at your graduation requirements. We're going to show you how to research prerequisite courses for your pathway after high school, as well as choosing your courses for next year and the year after that. So just a reminder, in order to access my pathway planner, you are logging on to wiredsb.ca and choosing my pathway planner here on the right-hand side, or you can log in with myblueprint.ca/wiredsb. So you're logging into a school account, choosing wiredsb, and then once you click on my pathway planner, it will bring you to a login screen where you will use your GAPS account credentials. So the same credentials you would use to log into any school computer. Once you're in, we do encourage you to explore all of the resources available. Those of you who have completed or have almost completed your careers course, obviously you will have explored these in great detail. Those of you that have careers coming up on your timetable next semester, you will have that opportunity shortly. The Who Am I tab, this allows you to complete a number of different self-assessment activities, and then basically from this learn what your strengths are and how you could potentially turn those strengths into a career or job opportunity. The high school tab is the tab that we're going to be using to select your courses for next year. And you can also plan out your grade 12 courses as well. The post-secondary tab, this allows you to explore some of the options that you have available to you after high school. So there's information on various colleges, universities, as well as apprenticeship programs. So we do encourage you to explore all of those options and see what sort of the best fit would be for you. The work tab allows you to build a resume and a cover letter. So if you don't have a part-time job, this is a great place to start. There are some templates and some samples there for you. The money tab, you can plan your finances. So there's a number of different bursaries and scholarship information shared. So how you choose your courses. So again, we're going to be using the high school plan tab. So you're going to click high school, and then it'll bring you the 4 columns. I'm going to share with you an example in a moment. So in terms of receiving your OSSD or your Ontario Secondary School Diploma, this is what you require to graduate. You need 30 credits in total. 18 of those will come from your compulsory credits. So that are these 18 up here. So that is 4 credits in English, 1 per grade, 3 credits in math, so one of them needs to be a grade 11 or 12, 2 credits in science, 1 history, 1 geography, 1 art, 1 phys ed, 1 French, half credit in careers, half credit in civics. And then the other 12 credits are your optional credits. Those are your elective courses. In addition, you will need your 40 hours of community involvement, and you will have had to write and pass the provincial literacy requirement. So that's the test typically written in March of your grade 10 year. If you are not successful after your first attempt, you can attempt the test a second time, and if you're still not successful, then you'll be required to take a literacy course in your grade 12 year. In addition, you need to make sure that you have 1 credit from each of the 3 groups. So group 1 credits would include a course from an English or French as a second language, native language, classical or international language, social science, humanities, Canadian and world studies, guidance and career education, or co-op. Group 2 would be a health and physical education credit, art, business, French as a second language, or co-op. And group 3 would be a grade 11 or 12 science credit, a tech credit, French, computer studies, or co-op. You'll notice that French as a second language and co-op occur in all 3 groups, but you can only use the credit towards 1 group. You can't use it for more than 1. So let's say you took French in grade 10, that could count as a group 1, and then let's say you took a co-op in grade 11, that would count as a group 2 or a group 3, but it would not count as a group 1 because your French was used to fulfill that. And that'd be French in grade 10 after you've already received your French in grade 9, okay? Because your French in grade 9 would count towards your compulsory. This is a sample of your credit counseling summary. Those of you that have completed careers, you may have already received a copy of this. So you want to pay attention to the bottom box there outlined in red. This is sort of a running tally of sort of the courses that you've already completed to date. There is another tracking of this similar in my blueprint. So if you're on my blueprint, you'll see here, this is sort of the equivalent of that. This is your graduation indicator. So it will have your planned, earned, and required. It'll sort of keep a running tally for you. There's also the SHISM planner, the SHSM. I'm going to explain what that is in a little more detail a little bit further. As you choose courses, depending on the pathway, the levels that you're choosing, this will unlock potential options for you moving forward after you finish your OSSD. And then here at the bottom is a tracking of your community involvement. So as you complete your community involvement hours and you submit them to guidance, they are uploaded to your credit counseling summary and they get tracked here. And then at the bottom, this would keep track of whether or not you were successful in your literacy test requirement. So again, your credits towards graduation, your SHISM. So as grade 10 students, you would have to express your interest for SHISM when you're choosing your courses this year. SHISM is something you work on in your grade 11 and your grade 12 year. You would also be, as part of that, you'd be required to take a 2-credit co-op. So the SHISM planner here would keep track of your progress towards that SHISM qualification. Again, based on the courses you're selecting, these are the pathways that would be open to you. Track your courses and credits, community involvement, and your literacy test. So when you're on the high school tab, we were just looking before at the plan tab. There is also a courses tab. So if you're not sure what a course is all about, click on the courses tab, and then you can select by discipline. And then if you click on the blue, it will give you a course description. It'll also let you know if there are any prerequisites. I'll take a look at that, an example in a minute. So this is what the plan tab looks like. So again, it would have a column for each of your 4 grades. So you're going to be focusing on selecting your grade 11 courses. So in your high school plan, you would click on the plus sign to select the course that you want to add. So again, we'll look at an example in a minute. Once you have selected all of your 8 courses and you've done at least 2 alternates, and again, please make sure you are happy with the alternates that you've selected. Space is going to be very, very limited. There's a good chance you may end up with one or both of your alternate courses, so please be very mindful of when you are selecting. Don't just throw anything in there and think, oh, I'm not going to get it. There's a good chance you will. So please make sure you're very comfortable with the alternates you've selected. You're going to review all of the courses, and then once you hit review courses, it will allow you to hit submit. Okay, so you must have, again, 8 courses. If you are choosing repertoire, you're going to add a 9th course, and then you're going to add the repertoire course from there, pick the correct grade, and again, minimum of 2 alternatives, and then click here to review. So again, step 1, make sure you've got your 8 courses. Step 2, this is if you're adding repertoire, you're going to add a 9th course. Once the repertoire box appears, under the repertoire folder, select the correct grade. In terms of your electives, these are some of the potential grade 11 electives that you'll have to choose from. So from the art department, we've got visual arts, photography, media arts. Business, we have accounting, economics, entrepreneurship, and marketing. Canadian world studies, we have law, travel and tourism, world history. From computer studies, we have computer programming, video game production. If you are selecting SHISM, you will also have to select a co-op. From drama, we've got dramatic arts, English. Obviously, in addition to your English credit, there is also media studies. From guidance, we have leadership studies. Languages, we have French. From music, band, repertoire, vocal, guitar. Physical education, we have healthy active living, basketball, leadership, and fitness. Science, we have biology, chemistry, physics. Social science, we have food and culture, SAP, which is the Introduction to Anthropology, Psychology, and Sociology, working with infants and children, and philosophy. From tech, we have construction, communication, design, engineering, hospitality, hairstyling, and small engines. We recommend that grade 11s not select a grade 12 course at this time. So even if it's an alternative, okay, please do not select a grade 12 course as you're selecting your grade 11 courses. Again, spaces are very limited, and as a grade 11, if you're picking a grade 12 course, there's a very good chance you're not going to get it. In terms of math, you want to make sure that you're really thinking about what your pathway is going to be. You want to consider what math is required based on your goals for post-secondary. If you are choosing a grade 11M level course, a mixed level course, you can still take the MDM4U, which is data management. This is one of our 3U level grade 12 courses. So if you're selecting the grade 11 mixed, you can still take the U. If you are considering, though, the MHF4U, so this is the advanced function, so maybe this is a course that you need for a post-secondary program you're thinking of, you should consider taking the MCR3U, so that's the U level, not the M level, or you can consider taking the MCF3M and the MCT4C. So that is sort of an alternate pathway in order for you to get to the same spot. If you're not sure, please speak to your math teacher about what pathway would be most appropriate for you. And if you're not sure because you haven't had math yet and you want to speak to a counselor, please make an appointment with your counselor to discuss. SHISM, SHSM. So what is it exactly? So this is a specialized program that allows students to focus their learning on a specific economic sector while meeting the OSSD requirements. So at Stephen Lewis, we have two SHISM programs, Health and Wellness and Business. So if you're thinking of SHISM, you have to select, you can only move forward with one, and you would express your interest on the course selection. The benefits to students, it offers career-focused learning. There are some really great reach ahead and learning opportunities. It gives you the opportunity to explore, identify, and refine career pathways. And in addition, there are some entrance scholarships available only to students that have graduated with SHISM certificate. So again, how you apply. So in the Pathway Planner, there's the SHISM Planner here. You would click Learn More. You want to review the information and then again select which of the two you are interested in moving forward with. While you are selecting your courses, you want to watch for alerts. So if you see a red symbol, that means that there is an issue and you have to read. You will not be able to submit your course selection if you see one of these symbols come up. It usually means you've picked a course that you do not have the prerequisite for. If you can't get rid of it, you're not sure why it's there, please make an appointment with your guidance counselor if you're having issues. So once you've selected all 8 courses as well as your alternates, once you hit review, you should see this pop up. This one is done correctly. Everything is green here, even the alternates are green. And then you would hit, so again, review, and then you would hit submit after you've reviewed. You made sure that all of the courses are there and they are all of the levels that you're comfortable with moving forward. You can start to enter the courses now, but you won't be able to submit until February 16th. If you are planning on going to summer school, please fill this in. This will lead you to a bit.ly. You're going to fill in that form. Obviously, summer school is not mandatory, but if you're thinking of summer school, please click on that link and submit the form. The deadline to submit is February 24th. So please mark your calendars. You don't want to miss it. We do encourage you to do some research as well. So again, using and exploring the Who Am I tab in My Blueprint to learn a little bit more about what your strengths are. You also want to be researching what are the prerequisites you're going to need for specific programs. So if university is a pathway you're considering, you might want to explore Ontario Universities info or einfo.ca. This is obviously information on universities across Ontario, so you can browse either by institution or by program. Likewise, you can explore various colleges using ontariocolleges.ca, apprenticeship programs using apprenticesearch.com, and then ontransfer.ca. Perhaps you're thinking of starting in a college program and then transferring from there to a university program. So really do your research before you're choosing your courses. This way you're well aware of what prerequisites you will need for specific programs so that you're making the right choices. If you have more questions after this presentation, we do encourage you to visit this bit.ly where we will have a live Q&A form. So as questions come in, we will post the question and the answer. And maybe you're not sure of what questions to ask, so maybe it's a good idea to visit the doc and see the questions that are there. It might maybe jog your memory or pose a question that you might have. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And instead, I'm going to share with you so when you click on that Q&A, this is what you'll see. So grade 10 course selection questions. So again, after you've seen this video, if you do have any other questions, we will be posting this Q&A on the guidance Google Classroom. So there's the course code there. If you're not already, if you aren't already joined, please do so. And then this will bring you to this form. You're going to fill in first name, last name, and then put any of your questions in. Once that is completed, it will bring you to this page here. So obviously it's blank right now, but as questions come in, we will post the question as well as the answer. Okay, so we recommend that you bookmark this and visit it frequently. And I'm going to also share with you the IPP or the My Blueprint. So this is what it'll look like when you're on the high school tab, when you are selecting your courses for next year. So you'll notice that in this sample, grade 9 and 10 has been completed. For your grade 11 year, the only required courses are English and math. The other 6 courses that you're selecting for your total of 8, the other 6 are going to be your elective courses, okay? And then there's a spot here, you need to put at least 2 alternates. And again, please make sure you are comfortable with the alternates because there's a good chance you're going to get them. So again, you're going to click on the plus sign. Now, this is going to bring up every single English course that we have offered at SLSS. So you want to make sure you're scrolling down to the grade 11 courses and you are picking either a college or the U. The E is only for students who have already taken essential level courses, and this is the recommendation for you from your special ed resource teacher. Otherwise, you're not selecting that. So most of you will be picking either the C, the college, or the U. The media studies, would be a course that you might select in addition to one of your other ENG courses. Okay, so this you might be considering as a alternative. Sorry, not alternative, as another elective. Okay, so once you've chosen that, okay, again, this will give you a description, and here it will outline what the prerequisites are. So in order to take this, you must have taken ENG 2D, so that's the academic grade 10, or ESL EO in order to take this course. Then once you click add, it should add it to your course selection. You're going to do the same thing for your math. And again, remember, it's going to bring up every single grade. So you want to scroll down. So from your grade 11, there's the college, there's the mixed, there's the U, and there's the E, okay? You are not going to be selecting anything from the grade 12 because you won't have any of the prerequisites. So I'm going to show you, let's say I choose the data management. Again, this is a course description. These are the prerequisites. So I can take the data either from the U or from the mix, which I explained to you previously. So if I go to add this course, I can add it, but there's that symbol that I mentioned. This means you're missing the prerequisite. You cannot submit your course selection if one of these symbols is there. It means you've made an error, okay? So you need to fix it. I can fix it by deleting it, okay? So as I said, your 2 required for grade 11 are your English and your math. The other 6 courses are going to be electives that you choose. And then again, please make sure you are selecting 2 alternates. When you're selecting an alternate or any of the other elective courses, it's going to populate all of the departments. So you're going to select which discipline. So let's say I'm interested in maybe a computer studies course. Maybe I don't know which computer studies course. Okay, so I see there's a intro to computer programming, and which is a C level, and then there's also an intro to computer science, which is a U level. I'm not sure, so I'm going to click on the course. Here I can read all about the course, and then I can also see there's nothing listed down here, which means that there is no prerequisite. If there was a prerequisite, it would be listed at the bottom. So there is no prerequisite, so I can go ahead and add that course if that's something that I'm interested in. Okay. That pretty much completes the presentation. Again, we apologize that we can't be making this presentation in person. If you have any questions, please make use of the Q&A bit.ly, visit it frequently. If you still have questions or if you're having difficulty with your course selection, please make an appointment to speak to one of the guidance counselors. If you haven't made an appointment yet this year, you can do so using your Teach Assist the app. At the top of Teach Assist, you'll see a calendar. You'll pick a school day, and based on that school day, you will see available counselors as well as the times that they have available to meet with students. All of our appointments are being held virtually this year, so we will send you a link to a Google Meet right before your scheduled appointment time. So until we have the opportunity to meet again, good luck in all of your courses this year. Good luck in your course selection, and we look forward to seeing you in the near future. Bye for now.